Canadian Bulldog with wrestling merchandise and memories. That's merchandiseandmemories.com. May is Tag Team Appreciation Month at Wrestling Merchandise and Memories with dozens of unique articles and a daily tag team spotlight. Check it out at bit.ly/tag team month. What follows is a look at 10 tag team matches that never happened for a variety of reasons, including timing, but would have been awesome to watch if they were possible. The Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner, versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jay Uso. Two of the greatest tag teams of all time happen to be pairs of legitimate brothers. If their prime wrestling careers had overlapped, it could have set up one of the most epic feuds of all time. Edge and Christian versus Harlem Heat, Booker T and Stevie Ray. As two of the top teams of the late 1990s and early 2000s, Edge and Christian versus Harlem Heat could have happened while both teams were still in their prime. Only one team was in the WWF, while the other was in WCW. The APA, Farouk and Bradshaw versus Beer Money, James Storm and Bobby Roode. Book this match to take place in a bar or some other street fight setting, and you'd have an instant classic on your hands. The APA probably weren't the top team of the Attitude Era, but they've been right at home brawling with Beer Money. Demolition, Axe, Smash, and Crush versus The New Day, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E. Not only are Demolition and The New Day both known for their record-setting reigns as tag team champions, but they're two of the only teams that operated just as successfully while as trios. So whether it's 2-on-2 or 3-on-3, it would definitely be a big deal. The Brainbusters, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard versus FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler. Fun fact, when we interviewed Tully Blanchard in 2017, we asked for his thoughts on the Revival, now known as FTR, and he hadn't heard of them. Just a few years later, he became their manager in AEW, and it's easy to see why. Wheeler and Harwood are very similar in the ring to the team of Blanchard and Anderson, and a match between the four would have been a clinic. The Mega Powers, Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage versus D-Generation X, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. What the Mega Powers were to professional wrestling in the late 1980s is what D-Generation X were about a decade later. Both super teams were made up of two top single stars, and both duos were more than ready for the main event, if they didn't turn on their respective partners first. The British Bulldogs, Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith, versus the Lucha Bros, Penta and Rey Fenix. Both the British Bulldogs, no relation to yours truly, and the Lucha Bros imported their local style of wrestling and experienced mainstream success. This would be a high-flying and innovative match, with the Bulldogs having a power advantage, while the Lucha Bros would have the aerial advantage. The Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, versus the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. Both tag teams are in the conversation of being the greatest and most decorated teams of all time, and they've conquered multiple promotions and territories during their day. In addition, neither team would be afraid of a hard-hitting, no-holds-barred type match if the situation called for it. The Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Both teams in this match are known for dominating the tag team division of their respective eras while influencing future waves of tag team competitors. While Morton and Gibson may receive more sympathy, the EVPs are often able to come out on top in big match settings. The Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty versus the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy. Separated as a team by about a decade, the Rockers versus the Hardy Boys would have been the ultimate battle in tag team wrestling, with 4 tag team specialists dazzling the fans with high-flying moves and crazy double-team maneuvers. So, what do you think? Who would win these dream tag team matches? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to check out Tag Team Appreciation Month at bit.ly/tag team month.